G'day. Hello and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home at Tottenham, past, present, and a really exciting, buzzing, can't wait for the season to start. We're not so long away to our first pre-season game against West Ham United in Perth, Australia. Oh, Philip, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I feel like a kid coming up to Christmas Eve waiting for the mighty Spurs to get back kicking balls again. How are you? How was your weekend?
Yeah.
And
Well,
to any
no, we
Mayo
won't
fans
mention.
out, to any Mayo fans out there, I just want to say we really are the Spurs of the GAA. And can I just say, was Conte anywhere near the Mayo team yesterday? Because that was a Tottenham performance, I am telling you, Philip. And you were there.
Well, somebody was. I was there. The very good first half. The game was extremely even for the first 35 minutes. Dublin came out in the second half. Mayo didn't bother, and Dublin absolutely blitzed them, hammered them into oblivion. Now it was embarrassing to watch. It really was.
Yeah,
And
well,
there was
half of
virtually
my
no Mayo
household
fans
was.
left at the end of the game.
Yeah.
It was sad. It was sad. You know.
Yeah, well, I think that my household was half happy. The other half was sad. So never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, well, you can't win.
I don't
them all.
know who to follow
But-
now. I don't know who to support now.
Oh, Kerry. They're the only team that will beat
Yeah,
Dublin.
I might as well go for Kerry. No, nothing wrong with people in Kerry. So come on, Kerry.
No,
We're
that's
probably
nice.
to GAA football champions. Big Sam's going back to Kerry this year. Come on, Kerry. Anyway, me and Philip will do a stream on GAA and Irish sports, and we'll explain everything to that probably at the end of the GAA Whole Island season. But Tottenham are the Spurs of GAA, I am telling you. But Philip,
Yeah.
it's been a busy weekend. We've got a few
It
signings
has.
in the door. We've got a court case looming over one of them. Ange has now ditched the Conte side of training. More Kane news. We've got Longley news. We've got Pedro in, and we've got one or two players going out. Philip, we really has been a busy weekend at Tottenham Hotspur Way, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's busy at a lot of clubs, and I heard a very good reason for that this morning. For one, somebody on Sky was talking a bit of sense, and what they've said is, it appears that from the 1st of October this year, it's unless it's subject to a court case of appeal, but they are going to reduce agents' commission on transfers to between 6 and 10%. Depending on the amount of involving in the deal. Up to now, it could have been as high as 20 or 30%. So a lot of the agents are trying to get the deals done now before their payday is remarkably cut in half or quarters or whatever. So that's what, and it's a good thing. It'll keep transfer fees down. The fact that agents aren't getting these huge bucks out of it, you know, like someone going for 100 million could get up to 20 million of a transfer commission. You think about it, it's crazy. You know?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Isn't it?
Just very quickly, I want to thank everyone who liked our show on Saturday. It really is amazing. We nearly hit 2K in that show, and I just want to say thank you so much from myself, Philip, and Ellie as well, and Mia. Kate was on there, had a brilliant debut. Mia sparked Philip into fury with changed him into an angry man. It was a good show. So if you want to see that, it's on the channel. It's on the top list of our channel. But Philip, do you want to say anything about Saturday and thanking people, because really it was mind blowing, that show, wasn't it? Really,
it was interesting. Yes, it was. It was. Like, I mean, this was good about this channel. I mean, we all work together, but we all have different opinions on things, and we're not scared to put them out there, whether people like it or not. And okay, that causes a little bit of friction, but that's soon forgotten about. But it's all no point in everybody say, "Oh yes, I agree with that." And yeah, every time you've got to disagree with things because nobody has the same opinion on everything. And I thought it was a really, really good show, and great input from people as well. The actual chat was hopping. It really was. It was rocking, and hopefully that continues every time we do. We're going to be doing that podcast hopefully every other Saturday night now, every Saturday night until the season starts. Anyway. And because we feel there's a Saturday night without a match, there's a gap in people's days, and we hope to fill it with some Tottenham news. You know.
Yeah, I have got a poll in the chat going. Would you be happy to have Longley as a backup next season? And at the moment, it's 34% say yes, 66% say no, Philip. So we'll keep that going, but let's see who's in the chat. We've got Tottenham Forever, Ryan. Afternoon, Dermo and Phil. And Eddie, big up, Ryan. We've got Carl. Good afternoon, guys. Hello, everyone in the chat. Eltel Cockrell. Afternoon, gang. We've got Jazz Fusion going to be a lane day. I like that. That's a good one. Bigger one, Jazz Fusion. We've got FDS and Gollum. Good afternoon, all. Hope everyone is well. We've got Andrew Gregory. Afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is well. Wayne Bonner. Big up, Wayne. Afternoon, all. Hope you are well and enjoying your Monday. Please be like Wayne and pick up your memberships. They're only $2.99, cheaper than Disney Plus, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. You get more for your buck as well. And we are going to start. The podcast will be members only. So there will be members only podcasts now starting, I think not this week, but next week. Every podcast will be members only. So get your memberships if you want to be get involved in our podcasts every Friday evening. United Spurs of America, big up Jacob, big up to you all. We've got Jazz Fusion, Holy Hoyland, Onana, and Chew on Many. Thought you were broken, Colin. Right, okay. On that point, we'll move on.
There, I think.
Yeah, say no to Clemente, but it's okay if you say yes. I just disagree. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Jacob. Look, I think he'd be a great backup player. I don't think Philip sort of agrees with me, but there's something.
No, I don't actually. No, I think he'd be a good backup player. I don't think he's a first choice centre back, but
no,
he'd certainly be there if we needed him. You know.
Want to big up to Kate. She says afternoon all. Big up, Kate. Hope you're doing well.
Okay.
We've got Wayne Bonner saying afternoon. We've got Matthew. God damn it! Why is the stream at 8:30 p.m.? Sorry.
You're 4.5 hours ahead of us.
But Paul Connor, afternoon all. Big up, Paul. We've got Jim. Hey, Dermot, Philip, and my fellow Spurs lovers in Antry Trust. Big up, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Kate saying hello, Dermot, Philip. We've got Wayne. Who else we got in, Philip? We have Eltal Cockrell says, give me a first team news over squad news, please, Tottenham. We've only just began the transfer window. Who would you know that we've had a meltdown within the fan base again? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think I know where that's coming from there. There's a lot of Spurs fans. I think they must think they're all still on Football Manager. They're not happy with the players that we're signing, you know. To which I will say, you haven't seen them play yet.
They're not happy with Maddison signing. They must be off their heads.
No, they're not.
Jarula, afternoon, Dermot and Philip and all in the chat. Okay, so we've got Lynch, 616. We'd rather have one top defender and one average than two average centre-backs. We've got, who else has come in? We've got Calm Simpson said it was really a great show, Dermot. Once again, you said the Cockrell Cop. Oh, for fuck's sake. Multiple times.
Oh, good God. The gift that keeps on giving, huh?
Yeah, yes, the gift that keeps on giving, yeah. Andrew said it was a very passionate show. Hi, boys, from Ollie. Big up, Ollie.
Right.
Andrew Lloyd, can we make Longlight a club ambassador and bring Dawson back in the team?
Michael Dawson.
I think that's a load of yeah, okay. We've got DJ Samuel, big up DJ. And can I just say, Daniel, DJ, congratulations on your month or 2 months at membership. Ellie didn't bring it up in the last show, so I do apologize for that. And I think there's also a €2 super chat as well that wasn't brought up as well.
Okay.
And look, Philip, I'm whoever this is, right? I'm going to say this to now. I will find you. I will find out who you are. Okay.
I think we have an idea. If we have an idea who this is, obviously we can't say who it is on the screen.
And
just get out of here, lad. Will you get out of here? Get out of here quick.
If we are going to block you, if you come back in again, I will be reporting you to YouTube, which I already have done, by the way. So
madness.
I'm going to put you in
absolute
there.
Madness. Some people have must be go and get a life or something. What I'd say, if you've nothing better to do than put up crap
I'm
like
sick
that,
of him. He came in Saturday, Philip. He came in Saturday, and now he's back in again. The idiot. Nick Brown. Good afternoon, chaps. Big up, Nick. We've got Carl Jeffries. No long late, a waste of time. Well, that's interesting. I I want Mickey and Tabsuda as our 2 centre-backs signings. That's the minimum, should be the standard. Well, I've got news on that, Jacob, so give us a few minutes once I go through the chat. We've got Carl Jeffries, Tottenham Forever. We have Jim, sit down to watch the stream, and me and the mother-in-law comes in and decides she wants to chat now. How we consider it.
That's mother-in-laws for you.
I'm not going to bring up the next chat because I think it's the biggest load of cobblers I have ever saw in my life. So look, just go away.
That now? I'll have to tell me what that one is.
I'm going to there. That is the biggest load.
Right. Oh, lovely.
Look,
that's the same guy that sent that. That's the same fella that's putting in the Tottenham police thing.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Right.
Get a life, or go away and annoy somebody else. If we were
getting money from Levy, do you think I would be here? Honestly, I've never heard so much bull BS.
If this guy absolutely ever watched one of our shows, he will see we are very, very critical of Daniel Levy when it's justified. We are also positive about him when he does something right, which is only fair. But most of the time, we're on his back and we want him out of the club. So where are you getting that crap from? I just do not know. But go away.
I've just blocked him. I don't want them in my chat. Wayne Bonner, get both to Pseudo and Van der Ven in, no messing around. If you're going for the rebuild, let's all in. Correct.
Yeah.
9 p.m. for a podcast. It's a perfect time for me as the wife has gone to bed. Yeah, big up to you. Darius says the bloke's the clown. Yeah. Winks to Leicester was a great move. It was, Carl.
Yeah.
I'm extremely happy with Maddison transfer and the bit of business so far, in my opinion. And there's Ryan, who's a very critical of Daniel Levy. But even the people that are critical seem to be quite happy and big up, Ryan. Hope you're doing well, sir. Jim Broxwell, whoever they are, they're tosspots. Yeah, I already have. Thank you very much. We've got Ollie says this is the best source channel. We don't need nice people.
Spurs channel.
This is the best Spurs channel. We don't need.
Yeah,
thank you so much. And he says, ignore the trolls, guys. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. We should do, really. But if somebody comes on with makes a reasonable comment, we'll always comment on it. But when you see absolute garbage like that, you have to say something, You have to say something.
Yeah. We've got Taylor says, don't let him or her get to you. It's your channel. Ban the fecker.
It's been done.
They're silly. Look, we're getting so much support, and thank you so much. Is that I like Wayne Bonner. He's so direct. He really is so direct. Is that prick back? God damn, he's an absolute idiot who allows himself to be influenced by. We're not going to say nothing there. Great job, guys. Example: there's nothing that you can be done about Levy. You'd be dead before he goes. Not happy about it, but it is what it is. Do you know what, Phil? That's actually true, isn't it, to be fair?
Well, hope not, but it could well be, I mean, it depends if some offer comes in that he deems acceptable, but that's a long shot, really. I don't know if there's anything in the offing. The Man United thing is dragging on longer than whatever, So until that's done, nothing's going to happen at Tottenham.
I did know that, Robin 8. Thank you very much. Wayne Bonner is he is great. He is the goat. Madison's my favourite player after Ginola, says Ollie, and ain't not so Spursy. Galatasaray have intention talks with Tottenham Hotspur over potential transfer of Sanchez, according to Turk. We are going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you guys. It's Carl Jeffries and Sir Dermot and Philip. Big ups you two. Y'all doing a great job and keep doing y'alls. I can't do the American how they say
y'all doing y'all thing.
I can't say it. Jacob should be right. Do you know them members? Do you know them books you get, Philip? You listen to on your phone or on your tablet.
Yeah, the audio books.
Audio books. Jacob has a voice for them audio.
Oh, he has actually. Perfect.
Him and Jack. Both him and Jack both have voice for audio books.
Yeah,
they really do. And Jacob, we will get you on the podcast. If not this week, next week, we'll definitely get you on, sir. Because we want to start getting other people on. Eamon, we will get both. Big up Eamon Burns. Jazz Fusion, Rooty. If Ange can fit him in, you must quit him. Amy, but hello, lads. What's the news on Tabsoba and Van der Van? We'll give you that latest very quickly. Who else has just popped in before we get in? We've got yes, Derma, I'm exactly critical of Daniel Coys, but I have to say he's done good so far. Yeah, he really has. And then we've got last one here. Since 2020, Saka has 108 appearances and 30 goals and 21 assists. Maddison has 96 appearances, 30 goals and 22 assists. Finally, we have that missing piece.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Right, Philip, shall we start with now, do you want to start with the Ange Daily News, the Kane Daily News, or the Spurs Daily News?
Oh, God, I'll let you choose. Let you choose.
Let's get this out of the way. It's the Harry Kane Daily News. Of course, we have to start every show with the Harry Kane Daily News. I'll be so glad when the transfer window's closed, Philip. Really.
I'll be so glad when Harry Kane or somebody says something what's really happening here.
Yeah. Anyway, there's so many stories. Now, I've had this confirmed twice. I got our person who we used to actually, I asked him twice to confirm this, and he has confirmed this. Bayern Munich are in direct contact with Tottenham. Spurs have not said no to a potential sale this summer. Bayern haven't made a renewed offer yet. But, Philip, they are also looking at Højbjerg. Now,
they're looking at who?
They're looking at Højbjerg, Bayern Munich as well.
They had him already.
Looking at
years ago. Yeah. Listen. All I'll say is I wish this saga was over. It's just it's tiring. It's wearing everybody down now. And okay, maybe Bayern Munich have been in contact. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. Maybe Spurs have made him an offer for a new contract. Maybe they haven't. We don't know. All I can think is now this meeting with Ange either has taken place, or maybe it still has to take place. But once it has taken place, somebody has to come out and say something, really, for the sake of our sanity, if nothing else, because it's just dragging on far too long. And it's not just this season; it's last season and the season before. Every close season, it's the Harry Kane show, really, and it's draining on fans. It's when we're all speculating. Okay, maybe the Bayern Munich thing is correct. It may well be. But can someone just say, I'm going, I'm staying, put an end to it, end of it?
I know. Look, does it have to come from Harry Kane? Does it have to come from the club? Who does it have to come from?
Officially, it has to come from either Harry Kane's people directly. It would be better coming through the club. But Tottenham will never, ever comment on anything like that until it's actually done and dusted. So the chances of hearing from Tottenham is very, very limited. And the chances of hearing from anything I'd hear from, what do you call him, Harry Kane's brother, Charlie Kane, I would take with a pinch of salt anyway. So until something's done and dusted, I don't think we're going to hear anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I just want to say big up to Hot God 10. Sorry I'm late. I'm in the office today, so I've got to be careful. Good afternoon, all. I love Hot God 10. He plays dangerous. He's a bit like the man himself, Glenn Hodge.
Plays on the edge. Plays on the edge.
Big up, Hot God 10. What do you actually do, Hot God 10? Let us know. What do you do for a job? Be interesting to know. So Philip, what would you give that sort of news? A sort of 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10?
Yeah, I don't think we can give it any more. And a good intention as it is, and it may well be true. It may, maybe it is, but until we hear something officially, it's all conjecture. And I was reading some of the other the social media today, and there are so many stories about Harry Kane going around. Your head would be in a tizzy reading them all, And there's a lot of journalists are not doing their profession any good by some of the stuff they're putting out there either.
Yeah. But anyway, Jim's saying yawn with Harry Kane. Wish they would just say either way. So boring.
It is.
I know.
It is.
But look, me and Philip will always bring you to Harry Kane, and he should not be captain of Tottenham, but there you go. That's for another show. Right, quickly, get that out of the way.
Yes, he should.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, the pantomime. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, no, he's not.
We'll leave that for Christmas, Philip.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tottenham Forest are working on a deal to sign Segi.
Tottenham Forest, that's a new team.
For fuck's sake. I'm sorry. Nottingham Forest. Dyslexia is a bitch. I am telling you now. It really is a bitch.
That's a new one. Tottenham. I've got a ring about it. That Tottenham Forest. It sounds quite good.
It has actually. Yeah. Anyway, Nottingham Forest are working on the deal to sign Ryan Sessegnon. Now, Philip, good deal for Forest. Good deal for Ryan.
Yeah, he's never going to cut it at Tottenham. He's been a fringe player since he came. He never really established himself. Good little player. I'd say he might do well elsewhere, but if we can get a few million back for him, all well and good. Put it in the kitty to buy someone better.
Drew that likes my Tottenham Forest. Oh dear. And also, Philip, Tottenham Hotspur remain interested in England international Jadon Sancho for around 35 to 45 million pounds. No official bid has been made yet. Now, Philip, look, are we going to have a team full of wingers and midfielders and no defenders?
This is it. And there's another one after coming up there in the last few minutes. Another attacking midfielder. What do you call him? I've got his name here. Çalhanoğlu of Turkey. He's another attacking midfielder that's supposed to be linked with us. We're going to have, I think the Spurs team is going to be a goalkeeper, one centre back, and 8 midfielders, 5 wingers. So I mean, no. I mean, I've never wanted Jadon Sancho. My United friends tell me, please come and buy him because he's crap. So when the United fan is telling you to buy a player off them, there's something wrong. So no, we don't want him. Dortmund apparently tried to buy him back and weren't successful for whatever.
I tell you, I wouldn't mind him, Philip. I'm telling you now, I wouldn't mind him at Tottenham. If we got the Sancho of Dortmund, I wouldn't mind him.
Well, I don't know. I think it could be. I think we could be overloaded in that particular, especially with the news that we have of Solomon coming in.
Yeah. Ryan says,
where does that leave Harvey Barnes? Harvey Barnes.
Well, we will get into that, Philip. We will get into that. I don't want to go to Nottingham Forest. He says I will get lost. But Matthew says, give me Sancho. I like him. So
I'm only giving my own opinion on him, and I just feel he's 2 years at United and he hasn't really done much. He hasn't hit the ground at all. And plus, it was huge money. It was a massive transfer fee,
Yeah, I just want to say big up to Mick Harmlick as well, who's just jumped in. Eamon, we'll get to your talk and we'll get to your chat in a minute, and also DJ Samuel. I've both starred during Eamon's question, so we will get to them in a minute. If you do want to jump ahead of the queue, the chat's humping. If you do want to, please do. It does help us grow. Please pick up your channel memberships and your super chats. I know it's not an easy world out there, and we will try to always bring up your questions if you can't afford one, but if you can, it does help us, and it helps us grow, doesn't it, Philip? And it helps us get new equipment,
because we're working on new software here for the summer to bring up the graphics and everything on this. So everything we get helps out.
It does. But anyway, Philip, as we'll go on, we've got Tottenham new manager Postecoglou has reportedly shown great admiration for Brighton winger Kayuyu Mitoma. Is currently known if he will ask for the player. What do you reckon out of 10 for that transfer?
1. There's no way Brighton will sell him. He's a good player. He's a really good player. One of the ones that Brighton picked up under the radar. But I mean, if we've got Solomon coming in, we've got maybe Harvey Barnes coming in. We're going to be overloaded with left wingers again, as we said earlier. So, if he came, I'd say great stuff. But I just don't know where they're going to play him. When you think you've got Son out there, and that's left hand side as well. So I think it just seems now, because Tottenham have done a bit of work early in the transfer window. Well, every player that comes on the market has been linked with us. It really seems that way.
We've got Tottenham Hotspur, Go. Spurs have never hidden their appreciation for the Ivory Coast international. Torino have set a 15 million valuation, but are ready to close the deal at 12 million. Look, a lot of people, I've seen a few streams over the weekend, Philip, where we're saying we're grand on the right wing back or the right back, but on the left wing back, left back, we're very poor. Now, do you think that's a priority that we need to look at, or do you think with Reggie there and with a few other that play in that position, do you think we're right in that fullbacks, or do you think we need to upgrade in some of them?
Well, if Reguilon goes as is reported, he goes. Sessegnon goes. We are a little bit weak. Perisic goes. We are a little bit weak on the left hand side. Okay. Now I have to say I've never hidden my appreciation. Never even heard of this fella. So I'm being honest. I've never heard of him. If they say he's good, and 12 million isn't too bad.
I've seen him a few times. I do watch some Italian football, Philip. I have seen him.
Yeah, I don't really. So that's why I don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. You know, I think we're probably well served down the right hand side. I know we have Destiny Adoji coming in as well on the left. You know, so it might be no harm to get another left back in, because we're okay on the other side with Porro and Emerson and God knows who else. So, but like I said, we're going to be linked with every player that comes on the market for the next 3 or 4 weeks or more.
Now, Philip, this is where we want. It seems that it will be either Mickey or Tapsoba, not both for Spurs. We need to sell players to free up the funds needed to acquire both defenders, as well as their other targets this summer. Philip, very quickly, does that worry you that we didn't have a big enough budget to begin with? That budget seems to have gone. Now we need to sell to buy. Does that worry you a little bit?
We never have a big enough budget, to be honest. Okay, what have we lashed out so far? We lashed out 30 million for Kulu. Same again for Porro. That's 60. We've 20 million for the goalkeeper. That's 80. 60 million for 40 million for Madison. That's 120 million, right? That's a fair chunk of it gone. If it was only 150 million, it's a fair chunk of it gone. Okay, there are certain players that will be moved on. Sanchez, Reguilon, probably, and maybe Sessegnon, we probably raise about 20 million between those, 25 million. And if that's the case, then there should be enough to buy those two players. I'd say there's probably enough money in the kitty to buy one of them at the moment, but we need to sell a couple to get the second one, you know?
Yeah.
And let's face it, if we got those two centre-backs now, right, to me, that would be a bloody good transfer window.
Yeah. And for me, Barca president Laporta thinks they will reach an agreement for Longley with Tottenham. Now, I did read somewhere over the weekend, Philip, now hang on, that Tottenham are waiting for him to come out of contract. Right?
How long has he got?
So they're waiting to get him. Pardon?
Another year.
No, he's out of contract this summer.
Well, he's out of contract now then, because contract's finished on the 30th of June.
Yeah.
Right. So well, if he's out of contract now, then we could sign him on a free transfer. So there must be some catch to it. Unless his contract runs to the end of July now, maybe that's possible.
I think it is to the end of July.
Yeah, okay, well, that's only a month away. It'll still be within the transfer window. Now, Barcelona desperately want rid of him because he's a high earner at Barcelona and he has no future there. So they really want rid of him. So I hope Levy plays the waiting game there and brings Longley in, but only as a kind of a backup to the other two guys. Because if we've got Longley as a backup with Romero, Tapsoba and Van der Ven as the three main centre backs plus one, we're very well served in the central defence situation. Which, let's face it, we haven't been recently, you know. And we also have Ben Davies in there who's going to back up as well. So yeah, I would actually like Longley to come as a backup, but not to pay any money for him.
Yeah. The poll in the chat, Philip, is quite one-sided at the moment. Not the way that I would like it to go, but more the way you probably would like it to go. Would you be happy to have Longley as a backup next season? 38% say yes, 62% say no. So
well, I want him as a backup. So I'm not happy with that. You know?
Carl says Longley is in contract, but Barca need money off the wages. Maybe it is next year.
Yeah, maybe I think so. Most contracts are done now. Most contracts are up at the end of June.
Jim says, you said the other day your source told you something, but you could not tell us yet what it was. Was it about Solomon? Half of it was. The other half is not. It's about something else, and I can't really say. But the first bit was, that was about Solomon. I even didn't say nothing to Philip because I wanted to make sure. And I was so shocked when it came out last night that I should have actually came on, but Philip was coming back from Mayo. I was too knackered to do anything because we had a busy week on the channel last week, so I decided to take yesterday off. But yeah, that was the Solomon news. And Philip, we might as well welcome him because welcome to Manor. Exclusive. Tottenham have reached a verbal agreement with Manor. Solomon, deal in place as medical tests have scheduled for next week. Solomon's agreed personal terms. He's joining Spurs as a free agent. If all goes to plan with Shakhtar this next and FIFA rules. Now, Philip, let me get the banner off here.
Yeah, I'll explain what all this means now.
Yeah, hang on. There we go. Now, could Shakhtar sue Spurs if we sign Solomon? FIFA rule change. Explain FIFA. Philip. explain
right.
away
Well,
because
I was fascinated. I was fascinated by this, so I looked it up. Right, it appears Manor Solomon is an Israeli international. Okay, so he's obviously holds an Israeli passport. Right now, when the war between Ukraine and Russia broke out last year, UEFA decided to amend Annex 7 of the regulations. Now, whatever Annex 7 was, it is now. I'll read out what this is. Annex 7 is based on the status and transfer of players following the outbreak of war between Russia and Ukraine. The regulation change allows foreign nationals, which he is, he's not a Ukrainian national, he's a foreign national, employed in either country to unilaterally suspend their contracts if they wish to leave the region. Now, last season, Solomon did exactly this. He joined Fulham, right? Now, he has 6 months left on his contract with Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah. It expires at the end of January, right? At the end of December or January, right? And he's believed to be looking for a club in England. As we know, he's now got one, right? Now, FIFA announced this Annex 7 will be extended through to the end of 2024, summer of 24. And this has prompted a furious backlash from several clubs affected, mainly in Ukraine and in Russia, who believe they are being unfairly punished in losing revenue through transfer income. So let's look at the situation. If Solomon was on contract to Shakhtar Donetsk now, right, and we wanted to buy him, we'd probably be paying 50 or 60 million for the guy. But the fact that UEFA have suspended they allowed them to suspend their contracts, we're now getting it for nothing. So Shakhtar Donetsk are now getting very bolshy about it, right? And they're saying, I'll just read this out. Finally, where he will go, I don't know. This is from the chairman of Shakhtar Donetsk. In any case, if you go to Tottenham, we will deal with Tottenham in court in this case. Everything comes to a simple situation. It sounds like unjust enrichment, right? So they're talking about bringing Tottenham to court. Tottenham are not liable there at all. It's FIFA they should be bringing to court. FIFA made the rules. Spurs are only abiding by it and taking advantage of it, in all fairness. Yeah, so but I don't see what their case is against Spurs there.
No, and Chris Met Football TV, big up. So I hope you're doing well. He says Shakhtar cannot sue as the player is in his rights under Annex 7 to rescind his contract as a foreign national.
Yeah, they're barking up the wrong tree. Okay, they can go after FIFA to claim that Annex 7 is unconstitutional or whatever, this, that, and the other. Going after Tottenham is ridiculous. It's like how would you say now? It's like I'm going to give an example of it to compare it with. But Spurs are the ultimate beneficiary of a player who's quite entitled to do what he's done.
Solomon was in the bombing. It must feel like it's starting again. The nasty stuff on social media. His Shakhtar contract ends this winter anyway.
That's right.
So why they're not losing a huge amount? They're not. No.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm beginning to think maybe they've come to some agreement. Maybe this friendly match that Spurs are playing in August against Shakhtar is a kind of a payback for this. And if they just go quietly away. But the timing is so suspicious. The week they announce they're going to sue Spurs, we arrange a friendly with them. That doesn't sound very, so something's been going on behind the scenes here. And I say this is a sweetener for Shakhtar Donetsk.
I'd say so. We've got Eamon Burns says, where are you guys from? Can Derry win the All Ireland? I hope so. Dora Abu, look, where I'm from Wexford, the Monaco of Ireland, the sunny southeast, the Riviera of Ireland, really. And Philip's from some place up the country where they're still going with carts and horses. And
shut up! You used to be very, very careful there. Now, what you're going to say next? I'm from a county. The only way we get to Croke Park is on the outside, on the passing by on a bus, Leitrim. But Eamon, I saw Derry play yesterday. I was at the match yesterday in Dublin against Cork, and while they played very well, I'm afraid Kerry will absolutely destroy you. I'm sorry, but they will.
Look, I can't talk much. Mayo fucking got demolished in the second half of them.
Oh, didn't they?
I'm sick of them, Philip. Every year we get Dublin. Every year we get them. Mm-hmm. We get them. Look, our Wexford hurling side's not much fucking better either. To be fair. But anyway, well, Philip's in the second best county in Ireland. Hopefully, I've redeemed myself. But anyway, Philip, it's not unusual, is it? Really, but there you go.
No, come on, it's not Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. Don't start that crap. Go on.
Don't worry, you're in Dublin tomorrow doing your gig in Dublin.
Yeah, I know. We don't do any Tom Jones songs either.
Well, one night only. Philip Tom Jones Brady.
Go away. Get out.
Anyway. Anyway, DJ Samuel Big Up, he says, how many signings do you think Spurs will make? I'm going for 7. Philip?
I'm going for 6. 6. We've made 4 and 2 more to come. So I'd say 6. I'm happy with 7, but 6 would be all right. Mind you, as long as 6 players go out, we need to get rid of a few.
You guys are liars. Don't force me to expose every single one of you.
Go away, Elias, will you? We're liars. What are we lying about?
Oh, I don't know.
Elias, just go away and get some help, will you? Because you really, I really used to be pitied more now than coming out with stuff like that. If that's what all you have to do is troll people for a living and troll people for your enjoyment, then there's something very much wrong with you.
Philip, just leave.
I feel sorry for you.
We'll just do what, and I've got moderators in the chat. Can you please start doing your jobs? You're not very doing well in moderating. It's not unusual for Philip to start singing.
Cheers, Kate. Don't you start?
Yeah, but anyway, Philip. Anyway, we also welcome Mr. Podro in as well. Well, we had an obligation anyway, but Tottenham have officially triggered the buy option clause for Pedro Porro. It was already mandatory, so just a formal process, complete 40 million fee to Sporting for Porro, who's now a 100% Spurs player. So I'm actually pleased with that.
Yeah, he's absolutely delighted as well. I'm delighted. I saw an interview with him there where he's absolutely living the dream. That's what he's doing. He's living the dream and getting well paid for it. And he says he's really going to enjoy life at Tottenham now. You see the smile on his face yesterday or Saturday when he arrived at training, you know?
Yeah.
So, he's going to be... I'll tell you, coming to the end of this last season there, he's one of the few players that you could look at and say, yeah, that guy's got a future with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's good on the ball. He's got an eye for a goal. And I'd say he's going to be a cracker next season.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm really looking forward to him. I do enjoy him. I do like what he's got. Would you play him as a left winger, Philip, or would you play him as a left wing back? Or winger?
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting where he slots in there. And I wouldn't even like to predict where he's going to play. He's obviously probably better going forward than defending. But we need a bit of excitement after the dross we've been served up the last couple of seasons. Yeah. So, you know, I'd take a few 5-4s next season now, to be honest.
I would too. Now, Philip, Tottenham are expected to appoint a new technical director soon after a process carried out by recruitment agency Nolan Partners. So it looks like we're getting a new technical director very soon.
Is that a director? Is that a director of football? Is that another name for director of football?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, let's just wait and see who it is.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think it might be, Philip? Who's your?
Oh, listen, I don't know. I don't know. There's been that much of a merry-go-round with football directors this summer. The West Ham going for one. I just don't know. I'm not even going to say. I would say it'll probably be someone Ange Postecoglou has recommended, whoever he might be.
Why is there next level English? Why is no one questioning this? It's 40 million for a player who's suspect and doesn't fit the system. Guy can't defend.
Who's this? Who are we talking about here?
Pedro.
Yeah, no, I mean, he can defend. He's just better at attacking, you know. And he may well be played. He could well be played on the in front of the fullback as kind of an alternative to Kulusevski. You know, one thing you're going to get from Tottenham this season, you're going to get fluidity in the system, and changes. The team one week mightn't necessarily be the team the next week, depending on who we're playing. So let's hold our fire on that one till we see exactly what happens in the close season.
Yeah. Can I just say well done to the mods on my channel for getting rid of him very quickly. So well done, guys. We had an obligation to buy. Now, Philip, Ange Daily News. I'm looking forward to this one now. Let me get rid of that for you there. I'm really pleased with the group I've got together. This is backup team now, Philip. It's well chronicled that I don't have a traveling band of coaches. I like to work with new people. That excites me and challenges me as a person. Yeah. I have a really good, bright mix of young guys. It's been mentioned to me that apparently I'm getting a bit old, so I'm surrounding myself with younger guys. but more importantly, really bright, talented, and ambitious guys.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan Mason is still there, Philip.
Yeah.
A few of the people have been brought up. Through from the academy as well, and he's brought in the former Australian captain as well as his assistant. Do you think he's got the right team around him, Philip?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obviously mixing your not keeping the same team with you like Pochettino does and Conte does is a challenge, and it's one that could go right or could go wrong. But he's dead right, though. If you have the same people around you all the time, your views do become a little bit settled, and you're not open to new ideas as much as you are when a lot of new guys come in and take up the position. You know, like I see, he's kept Chris Wells on the team, and Chris Wells, I think, is Cliff Jones's nephew.
Yeah.
So, which is a great thing. That I link back to the double side on our coaching staff. Ryan Mason being there is a good move. He will be the link between the Spurs of the past and Spurs of the future, and we'll be able to keep Ange abreast of what's going on and what should be going on in the club. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea. And Jedinek, the ex-Villa player, who's the to me one thing, I wouldn't have to run up against him in the dark night. I'd say he looks like a rough customer.
He's got the best beard. He's got the best beard in the Premier League, I think.
He sure has. So yeah, I think he's surrounded himself with a good. And Rob Birch, I think Rob Birch was with the club before. He's now come back as a goalkeeping coach. So yeah, I mean, I think it's good. Okay, let's put it this: it's good until we don't think it's good. Yeah. There's going to be games next season. We're going to be, oh Jesus, we're back to the old routine again. Because as I said the other night there, I do expect a few dodgy days before we really see the benefit of what's going to happen to Spurs. So just be patient is what I'm going to say, you know.
Rooty Tooty says Mason will be the link between the squad and Levy so he can continue to medal.
I don't know. I hope not.
And also, Jazzfish says the problem is that you fire on reflex and change your systems. Well, did you see the video that came out yesterday, Philip, of them training? And it seemed to be very quick.
Very quick one-touch football. Yeah, I did. I saw that.
It really is. Got this bit of news in, Philip. Dombele, Galatasaray, waiting for the official talks, but Galatasaray want him this summer.
Please, God, please, if you do one thing for us. But is he getting the transfer? Are we getting the transfer fee for his man bag as well?
Probably. And also, Philip, Galatasaray wants Sanchez for 9 million, but Spurs want 15.
I'll take 12 and get rid of him.
Do you think they might meet in the middle here? 12 million?
Yeah, take 12 and get rid of him. Yeah. 12 million would nearly buy another centre back. When you think about it.
That's true.
The down payment on it anyway.
Right. I'm just gonna do you want to tell people I've got some news coming in, Philip, so I'm just gonna read it. Ange has ditched an unpopular Conte rule now.
Yeah.
I'm glad he stitched this. Yeah, I'm really glad. So do you wanna
this is the thing that the players from last season used to complain about. They never knew when what the training schedule was until the day before. They'd be told, say, training on a Monday, right? I want you in at 10 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, right? Then the following week, you might not want them on a Tuesday. Now, what Ange has done, every player will have his training schedule for the next foreseeable future. That you're coming in at such and such a time, such a day, so they know exactly when they're coming in and can plan their lives around it. Apparently, the Conte rule was very, very unpopular with players because they couldn't make any arrangements for their social life. I know football has to take precedence, but it's no fun being told on a Monday, I want you in at 5 o'clock on Tuesday evening, and they might have something planned, you know. So that's gone. So anyway,
just
tell us what's the news.
Sanchez could be the first out. Daniel wants 15, but a deal to 10 to 12 million could be enough to get him out of the club, and it could be done within a week, depending on how talks go. Yeah. So there's one of them. Hopefully,
that will be absolutely great. You know, Bambi on ice goes to Turkey.
Yeah. For Sanchez, it's jelly beans, not pounds.
Babies.
What is the unpopular rule? Phillips just told you about it. For Sanchez, it's euros, not pounds. That's true. Yeah. I think so. We've got Jazz Fusion, mustard, mayo, and ketchup for everybody.
Yeah, no, I don't think that one's been brought back in. Yes.
Carl said Nelson in exchange for Dombele. Sorted.
Yeah, not a bad idea, Carl. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, and Kate saying
we'd be getting the better of that one anyway.
Yeah, Galatasaray wants Sanchez too, so maybe that may be part of the Zanola and Nelson deal too. So maybe. Who knows? I hope so.
Zaniola's had 2 cruciate ligament injuries. I don't know whether he'd be the boy for us or not, but Nelson certainly would be.
Yeah, that's so true, Philip. Look, with Solomon now coming in, Philip, is the Barnes deal now off? Do you think it is off?
I don't see where we're going to fit them all. It's another left-sided player. So I'd say we get Solomon on a free transfer or Barnes for 50 million. Which one do you think Levy's going to go for?
Yeah, that's true.
And to give you a clue, it's not Harvey Barnes.
9 million yen is £49 for Dombele. I just checked. That's a good deal. That's a very good deal. And Root says, can someone tell me why we want Barnes? Look, for me,
good question.
Yeah, I can understand that, Philip. Look, I like Barnes.
He's a good player. He's a good player, but he's the price of him is going to price him out. He's as I said, he's going to cost too much money, and Solomon's a free alternative. So I think that's probably what they will go for, And also, coming out, I did read some of West Ham are looking for Barnes, so let him go there and ruin his career.
Yeah. Now, Philip, I saw this bit of news today. We have talked about it. With Højbjerg looking, he's going to Spain or he's going to Germany, back to Germany again. Will he be a big miss at Spurs, or do you know what? We've got Bentancur, we've got Bazuma, we've got now Maddison, we've got Skippy. Do you think he'd be a big miss? Look, for me, I think he would because I love Højbjerg. I think he's better than Skip. He has a better he has a better partnership with Bentancur. And I think it's great to have him there as a squad player. He's played. We overplayed him, I think, in his time at Tottenham. If I can be right.
Yeah,
I think we have. And do you agree, or don't you think so?
Yeah, no, I don't think we should sell him. I think he's okay. There's talk he mightn't fit into Ange's system, but let's face it, we don't have Bentancur back till maybe October at the earliest, maybe November. So we could end up being a little bit short. As you say, he's a better player than Skip. He's sort of player if I was in the trenches, I'd like to have him beside me. So I think, keep him. I think it'd be a mistake to sell him, to be honest.
We've got Kate saying, "Bye, Højbjerg. Good luck, but shut the door on your way out." But here's a man after my own heart. Here's a man after my own heart. Højbjerg is a true leader, and he is.
Yeah,
he really is. I'm telling you. He goes, give Ellie the week off.
Week? Take her a month to recover.
Yeah, Højbjerg won't be a miss. Ben is better. Well, look, for him and Benny playing together, they had a good combination in that midfield, Philip. We could,
it was. I mean,
with that.
No, I kept saying our season effectively came to an end when Bentancur got injured, because our whole continuity, our whole gelling together went when he went. So let's just say the two of them. I like to see the two of them at the club, and whatever way Ange wants to use them, I'll leave that up to him. But we need the two of them at the club.
Yeah. Big up Trajan Charles with the super chat. He says, "Cause of Sagason, I got a phobia of filling signers." And just very quickly, this is 113 of you, 114 of you now watching us. We've only got 39 likes. Let's see, can we get this to 50 likes? Come on. Let's get it up there. Hit that like button and hit that. Go on, Philip. What are you going to say?
And Dermot, we need your question this week now for the final week.
Well, I was waiting for Ellie. Ellie hasn't sent her question, so.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Well, we'll just to let you know, lads, we're having a competition, as you probably know already, from an Emerson Royale shirt. And as soon as we get the question for this week, you can enter by entering with a £2, €2, €2, $2 super chat, and your name goes into the hat. And we'll be doing the draw next week. And all the money goes to the Irish Cancer Society and another charity.
Yeah. Well, Philip, I've asked Ellie, look, we might as well do a question, and then I have sent her a chat, so I'll give her a few minutes. If she doesn't send me a question, then we'll put one up now for the next, say, 10 minutes or next 5 minutes or so. What size? Any size. It will fit you, Jacob, like a hand going onto a glove. That's how it is. Look, and it isn't dodgy. We haven't got it out of back of Dale Boy's van. We haven't bought it. Philip hasn't gone round to a corner and found Rodney Trotter selling it. We haven't bought it off Grandad or Uncle Albert. It's proper the real McCoy stuff. Jim saying Poch seems to have a lot to say about how Chelsea have been the best team in the last 20 years. I pray they do crap, and I don't like Poch anymore. I agree with you. I absolutely.
He's just talking to the new employers. That's all he's doing. He knows he's not talking the truth there.
No, but Philip, with 4 in the door now, is it time to turn to the centre back problem? Now, look, we've got a goalkeeper, we've got a creative midfielder, we've got 2 wingers. Philip, can I just give me 2 minutes? Just answer that question. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, I think we've probably actually dealt with this already. Like, we do need to talk to the centre back and get the centre back scenario sorted out. Now, whether it's Tapsoba, Van der Ven, Nelson, whatever, but we're just talking now. Sanchez going to Galatasaray, which is the start of the outflux of the substandard centre backs that we've had to play with the last couple of years. Eric Dyer will probably be the next club. Hopefully, he'll be going to Saudi Arabia. So if we got rid of those 2, and let's face it, Dyer will get a decent transfer fee from Saudi Arabia. He's not going to go off there on a free transfer. So I think the centre back, if we can get 2 decent centre backs in now, I think that will be an excellent transfer window, because we've replaced the goalkeeper. We've got our creative midfielder. We've got Porro and Kulichevsky confirmed, and we've got Solomon coming in, and 2 centre backs. Can't do much better than that now.
No, you can't. Right, I am going to put the question in now for the competition, and I'm just thinking of a question now very quickly off the top of my head. Just trying to think of one now, Philip. Can you think of one?
Yeah, let me see. Okay.
Just put it into the
chat. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's a quick one. Yeah, I'll put a quick one. This is
that shirt is a medium shirt, by the way. That no, I didn't. I just had a phone call from one of these people that ring you up and tried to sell you dodgy insurance on the phone. I just politely tell them to go away. We've got route to Elon Musk daily, doing well, hoping to be back around November, but may not be till Jan. Has his knee reattached? No more crutches. Winter return. It won't be himself for a year. Yeah.
This is a tough enough question.
Have you put that in the main chat, Philip?
It's coming now. Any second now. It's coming now. Hang on. There you go. Okay. Now, this is it now. It's tough enough it's easy if you know it.
Now, how can people enter?
You go and do a super chat for a minimum of €2, 2 sterling, $2, 2 African, whatever it is, kwaches, and your name goes into a draw. The draw will be done next week, and
next Monday, actually.
Next Monday, yeah, and all the prize money will go to the Irish Cancer Society and another charity, depending on how much we raise, and it'll all be done online with the receipt posted on the chat, so the money's been paid over, because we don't want to get into any controversy over that. And it'll be hopefully there's a fair old few bob knocking around. There's been a lot of entries, and this week now we really want to push on and get those entries up really high, so we can make a really, really sizable donation to the charity.
Yeah, so there it is. Which beer company sponsored Spurs at the end of the 1980s? They sponsored them twice, if I'm right, if I remember, back at the end of the 80s and the middle of the 90s or the early 2000s, I think.
I'll give you a clue as well. This was the infamous time in the 1987 Cup final, which will never be brought up again. But when half the team went out on the pitch, half of them had the sponsor's name on the shirt and half of them didn't. And the kit man got the sack because of it.
Yeah, big up to Paul Connor. He's absolutely
Paul Connor's got it right, yeah.
Yeah, Holston Pills. And,
I'll put Paul's name in the chat, in the thing.
Carlson said the beers was Foster's, as we've been piss poured as that is.
I'll never forget the Monty Python joke about Foster's. No, I won't use the word. What they said was, what's the difference? He says, what's the difference between when you're making love in a canoe, right, and English beer, right? And the answer was effing close to water. I couldn't. It's too early in the day to say the full version of that.
I swear to God, we do a show. It always ends in sort of over 18 territory. Between you and me, you're a nightmare. Seriously, both
I know,
of you.
Bishop. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, that was a brilliant joke, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a super sticker in here from Arthur Watkins. Big up, Arthur. He says it's a €5 super sticker, and it is it's a hippo going really, really, really fast.
Oh, it must be our new centre back.
Must be our new centre back. But big up, Arthur. Thank you so much. You're very, very kind. We've got Colin saying it's Levy's new homebrew, the cock. Yeah, well done. Gonna need a new midfielder to replace Bentancur. Why are we buying forward players? Because I think we're doing the Aussie way. 18 forward and 1 defence. Because Elon can't resist the bargain. No, we can't. Look, Philip, where is it now? Look, Ange has also come out and said, look, on his coaching team, there will be no stone unturned. How important is it for us to buy into this Ange philosophy of, his way? Because you had this at Celtic. A lot of Celtic fans have got in touch with me and saying, look after him. He will come in there. Players will find that it's his way or the highway. Is that the way it should be? Is that what we've been missing since Poch?
Absolutely. The two out of the 3 managers we've had since Poch, I won't even class the Garden Gnome as a manager. He was a caretaker. Have come into the club thinking they're doing us a favour. He was Garden Gnome, yeah. They've come in thinking they were doing us a favour. That really Spurs was a job. We'll take it to get something better, and that proved to be a big mistake. This guy is coming in. He's coming from a lesser league with a fantastic reputation, but he has to prove it in the league. So I will be, if I was a Tottenham player now, I would be hinging on every word that guy says, and do not go against him. Do not rock the boat. Do not take it on yourself to cause dressing room unrest just because you're not getting the game. If you do that, you'll be out the club so quick your feet won't touch the ground. And that's what we have to get behind.
Yeah, I tell you what now, Philip, I've just got a bit of breaking news, which I'm just going to put in the bottom. This has just come off hot the press very quickly. Before we do that, just want to do the big up to Jim. He says hosting bills, and big up to Kate as well, hosting as well. So
yeah, they'll put them all in the draw.
They're really looking for this new Emerson shirt. Rooty Tooty Tottenham Forever. He says, do you have any coaches other than Jen, even though the system yet? I don't know.
I'd say he probably gave him a crash course over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. And Jonathan David's now on the list. Yet another striker. Is this preparing for Kane's departure? Look, I think Kane will be gone this summer. I don't want him to go. I really don't want him to go, but with a year left in his contract, and if he doesn't want to sign a new contract, it's hard to know, isn't it, Philip? But anyway.
Oh, here I say, I just wish it would be sorted. Really is trying. It really is trying.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Ange has already told 5 players they don't have a future at Spurs.
Well, that's good.
So look, for the last sort of 10 minutes, while we're just waiting for the competition sort of to give people time to get into competition. And the question was, Philip, again, very quickly.
Which beer company sponsored Spurs? More than one Spurs. They sponsored them around the time of the 1987 Cup final. And again later on. And they were actually, they were beautiful shirts. Shirts at that time was one of the best. You still see a lot of them knocking around, and they're very, very good.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the beer's like, but the shirts were good.
Now, as a bit of fun, Philip, who do you think the 5 players are? I'll let you go first.
Well, Sanchez, obviously. It looks like Oliver Skip is another one. It wouldn't surprise me if Hugo Lloris was in there as well, because he still has a year left in his contract. Okay,
yeah.
So that's 3 of them. I think Sessegnon is the 4th one, and the 5th one. Who I'm hoping it's Eric Dyer, but it could be Ivan Perisic.
Yeah.
And there's probably others in there as well that they could think of, but they're the ones I think is most important.
Yeah. Big up to Adrian Char as well, who's in the competition. He says Holston, so big up Adrian. For me, it's Dyer, Sanchez, Tatanga,
Ganga,
Segi, and Hugo. They're my 5.
Yeah. Oliver Skip as well. Oliver Skip as well. Possibly.
Big up Dan Davenport. Hey, Dermot and Phil. Big up Dan. Hoping doing well. Please be Dyer Sanchez. Please, says Kane. Are you surprised Kane's situation hasn't been sorted out yet? And for me, yeah, I am. I am. But Philip, look, what needs to happen with the Harry Kane situation? We can't keep this one. I'm sick to death of it. I really am. We love him at Tottenham. He's the king of White Hart Lane. I've always said he's our best striker since Jimmy Greaves. But for Jesus Christ, for one of you come out and say, I'm staying or I'm going. Please, for the love of God.
Well, I keep saying it. Tottenham have to put a massive contract under Harry Kane's nose. Say, listen, Harry, sign that or tell us you're not signing it. And once that happens, then maybe we'll know what happens. But I've an awful feeling this is going to drag on for the whole month of July.
Yeah.
Or at least until we go on the tour of Australia and the Far East. If Harry Kane is on that plane, then I'd say there's a chance he's staying. But if he's not on that plane, he's going.
Well, look, if he doesn't go and he wants to leave, are we going to get the Harry Kane that started after the European Championships?
Well, but Ange won't stand for that. No matter how big a player he is, Harry Kane or God Almighty, you don't do what he says, you're on your bike. So, I mean, he cannot do that routine again. He cannot do that, go that route.
No. And then, look, I put a question here, Philip. Are Spurs finding it hard to offload the Deadwood? Why are they finding it hard? Is it because the players are no good? Is it because there isn't clubs for them? Or is it because the wages are too high and they expect the same wages at their new clubs?
That's
they're
possible,
pricing themselves out of a move.
It could well be. See, this is where the agents come into play again. Their agents will be looking for top dollar for them, whereas these guys have nothing to look back on as a resume. What did you do for Tottenham? Oh, we finished 8th in the league. Why? Because I was crap. They're not going to sell themselves to any clubs like that. I think the problem is a lot of players know that a lot of teams and managers know these players cannot be depended on, and that's the problem. And that's why most of them, the likes of Sanchez, he probably ideally suited for the Turkish league, and leagues like that. But they're not good enough for the Premiership, any of them, in my opinion. And let them go to Italy or Spain or Turkey or Saudi Arabia. And that's where they're going to end up.
Well, I've ended the poll. Philip said 101 votes. Would you be happy to have Longley as a backup next season? 61% said no, and 38% say yeah.
Well, fair enough. I think he'd be a good backup, but that's fair enough. That's democracy for you. We'll always respect it.
That's it.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, let's bear in mind he is not the first choice to come in as a centre back. No. Bear that in mind now. So let's hope he does. If he doesn't come, then we've replaced him adequately. We're replaced with the guys adequately.
I think we're making sure we have replacements ready to go before they go. Once we get a centre back, you will see players start leaving. Example, Maddison then Winks left right after. And that's actually a very good point, Philip.
It is, but I also think too that whatever agreement we made with Leicester, Winks formed part of that. We'll give you James Maddison on a Wednesday, but we won't Winks on a Friday. That's the way it was done.
Do you agree with Preston Tabos here? We should be proactive about starting the post Harry Kane era and sell him.
The post Harry Kane, yeah. Well, let's face it. There's going to come a time, be it this season or next, the Harry Kane is going to leave the club. And there is Levy has got a quandary. If somebody offers 100 million for Harry Kane, and he doesn't take it, right? Then Harry Kane plays a season, doesn't get out of second gear, as is quite possible. Leaves next summer for Manchester United and comes back and destroys us. So that's the case for selling him now, to get the money in to replace him now, rather than waiting until we get nothing for him and the money to replace him. So there's rights and wrongs in everything,
Just very quickly before we end up, Philip, Kane will want to settle season with the Euros coming up next summer. Could be Kane's last tournament as England captain. That's actually very true.
It's possible, true, and family-wise, the family has to come into consideration as well,
Yeah, but look, Philip, I'm just sick of the whole Harry Kane saga. So just make a decision. Yeah. Philip, thanks for joining. Thanks for everyone. I mean, this has been a mental show. We've got 61 likes and 103 concurrent viewers, but the viewers' numbers have been mental the last month or so. And really, myself, Philip, and Ellie, and Mia, we cannot thank you all enough for coming in, liking our shows, subscribing. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and you keep coming in, and we are so grateful and really are. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
I just want to plug a channel there, Philip, if it's all right for you. If you can, there, Mia's just got monetized today. So big up to Mia as well. Congratulations. She's now joined the big league. But so there's her link. So everyone, please get over to Spurs Between the Lines, and also Kate as well, who joined us on Saturday, made her debut on Just a Girl Who Loves Sports. She's a member of our channel, Philip. Great guest on Saturday, wasn't she?
She was excellent.
She really was.
Great staff. Really was. Really some really intelligent points now. And she knows her Spurs. She really does.
She does know her Spurs, and she will. Don't worry, she will be back on again.
And can I just say something as well, lads? If anybody has any suggestions, something that we can do for you on the show, or any subject you'd like dealt with, put it in the chat and we'll have a look at it, because we're always looking for new ideas, new ways of freshening things up and getting something different out there. I keep it clean now, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So there you go. There is there's Kate's chat, Mia's link in the chat as well, and where's Kate's now? Where did I put Kate's one? And there's Kate as well in the chat. So please get over there, show them some love. Listen, Philip, we're back tomorrow at 4:00 with Newsbeat or Transfer Talks or Newsbeat, whatever we do tomorrow. You're not on tomorrow, are you? You're traveling in.
I'm away tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. And look, just very quickly, on the other person that came in. We respect all other channels, but I am getting sick to death of people coming in and spamming our channel. We don't do this. We do this for fun. We do this because we enjoy doing it. We do it because we love talking Spurs. This is not, we don't get paid from Levy. We don't get paid from Tottenham. And I tell you what, if we were, me and Philip would not be here. We'd be in some Sky Sports studio, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
In the top of a penthouse somewhere. So big up everyone. But listen, thank you so much. We really do appreciate all your support. Happy 247th birthday tomorrow.
Oh, America. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Joe, 4th of July tomorrow. Well done, America.
Yeah, big up America. We're only 102, so we're close catching you up. And Kate said, thanks again, Kat. And we will be on our podcast on Friday. Kate will be joining us on that as well, me and Philip, Friday evening. So where we get up to some madness. Who knows what we were talking about. But whatever you do, we're back tomorrow, myself and Ellie, and I think Mia's with us tomorrow as well from Spurs Between the Lines. But before we leave, I would like to say that this is Ryan Seggy finding out that Nottingham Forest want him. And there's Daniel Levy laughing on them. Well, whatever you do, enjoy. Ben's just come in at the end. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Philip, we just got a bit of breaking news on the Harry Kane saga. So, right. So just let me just put that in here, Philip. And this really will cheer you up, this news. This news is going to send you into the happy place. You're going to say, thank God, Dermot, it's all over. And we can relax. Be prepared for a long summer for Kane saga could last to the closure of the window.
I'm after saying that there earlier. It's going to at least another month.
So under that bombshell,
God,
Tony, please hit the like, smash the like in the way you do. On that bombshell, we will leave you alone. See you tomorrow, back at 4. Whatever you do, come on, you Spurs. In Ange we trust.
In Harry we trust.